That's a rock.
Oh,
is that the tune?
I think
I've
so.
been listening to a lot. I've been watching a lot of American Idol, and by a lot I mean I watch it as soon as it comes out.
That's fair.
On Hulu.
I like that. I watch it. I watch it live. Anyway,
sorry. Hi guys. Speaking of live, we're live.
We're live.
Hi guys.
Katy Perry is in
gals
here.
And ahoy mateys.
Mm-hmm.
How's everyone doing?
Very good.
It's 30-ish.
It is.
It's 30-ish. We're here.
It is.
Oh, hey, Celeste. Bestie Celeste.
That's cute.
That is cute.
That's
She's
super cute.
She's a cute girl. She actually worked at Tiffany's. Fucking crazy bitch. Just kidding.
Okay.
Anyways,
That's
hi.
nice.
Welcome to 30-ish.
Hello.
How are you, Shay?
Pretty good. I feel like you're like in like the sweater from that Sweaty Balls skit in SNL.
You like it? I literally bought this like King Supers.
Like, what? Really?
Yeah, I did. It's kind of weird, but I love it.
That is really weird.
But I literally bought it at King Supers.
Like the King Supers, it's like a Walmart over there.
Yeah, the fucking
that
what's
has
it
like
called? The home place.
It's
the homestead.
It's just called
King Supers.
Isn't it just called Supers?
Marketplace. And it's like you can buy a couch there. You can buy a fucking barbecue.
You can't buy a couch
milk
there.
You could.
Are you sure?
No, not at that one. There's one in Greeley. You can buy couches at it and like
you can
full
buy like
clothes.
you can buy like
Bed Bath and Beyond.
It's
and
really
King
weird.
Supers.
Yeah, and like a mattress.
Yeah, you can buy like fucking lawnmowers at the King Supers. You can't buy weed there, so they need to get on that.
I mean, they should. They should be the first ones.
Yeah, they should.
Hashtag
it was 420 yesterday, but you guys are listening to this on Sunday, or who knows what day you're listening to it, but
whichever.
Anyway, what's up?
Nothing.
What's going on?
Nothing. It's way past our bedtime.
It is past our bedtime, but we're here and we're
drinking.
We're drinking Topo Chicos.
Boop.
But if you can see on our Instagram Live, there's some special goodies in our Topo Chico drinks today. So today we're drinking Topo Chico and vodka, fresh grapefruits.
Yes.
And some Huber's lemonade that I got from Subway because I got the meal deal because I didn't have dinner and I needed something real quick. And it was turkey.
I
Daily
like
special.
And that's why you got to
sponsor a Subway. I would
please
be
do
okay
it.
with it.
Yeah.
I'd, every once in a while.
I wouldn't be upset about it.
Once a week.
Yeah. I do it
lately.
It's like a ritual now. Get all jonesy.
It's so nostalgic. It's just so it just brings you back to your fucking first grade self.
Oh wow, I was gonna say like myself on like band bus when I go to a game.
Or like the game. Like middle school. Yeah, the band bus.
Yes.
You were.
Yeah, I was super cool.
You were going to band camp.
No, like to games.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why I said that. Like
I thought band only went to band camp.
Yeah, that's all we did.
Just kidding. I wish I was in band. I was stupid for not. I would have been on the drum line.
You would have been on the drum line. What were you?
That's not a drum roll.
It's fine. It's close enough.
I can actually do a drum roll.
I can't do that.
Is that better?
It's really ASMR-y. It's nice.
Was that a nice ASMR for you guys?
It was super
good.
Dope. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, anyway.
What are we fucking rolling? What do you roll?
What I roll? I rolled food. And it's not about like Jeffrey Dahmer's favorite snacks. So
I was actually telling someone about that today. I was like explaining the podcast and I was like, yeah, we just like loosely translate the topic we roll. Like Shay really likes crime, but like she rolled food and then she decided to just write or talk about cannibalism. And they were like, that was pretty funny.
Oh, okay. I'm glad that was the response to it.
He laughed. He
then
giggled.
That's all that matters.
That's
all that matters. It gave him a good chuckle.
It did.
Gave him a good chuckle.
All right, so it's not about cannibals this time.
No,
You actually talking
about food.
Wow,
you're so proud of me.
I'm so proud of you. That's a Drake song.
Thanks, Drake.
Thanks, Drake. I don't know.
Oh my god.
Anyways, I rolled history.
Yeah, what knowledge are you throwing down?
It actually, I started out with what I was going to do, and then it turned into like, oh, I didn't know about this story. Wow, this is wild.
I've done that before, for sure.
So it's like 2 stories in one / pretty much every topic is technically covered in my story, but it's mostly history.
Oh, then I'm excited.
The history of some shit.
Oh, okay.
Some shit going down. Some empowering shit and some real weird shit.
That's
Takes a weird fucking wild spiral turn. It has to do with a cult. So get ready for that.
That sounds like it's right up my alley.
Cult.
Oh, you were going to talk.
I'm not chanting cult. I don't know why. I'm chanting culture.
Yes. Oh, I like that. Look at that.
Culture.
Culture.
Cardi B.
You were going to talk about like what you wrote.
Oh.
Yes.
Ooh. I have some cool news. It has to do with #food. Mm-hmm. And it also has to do with a new local magazine called The Silver Lining Magazine. You can also get it online if you don't live in Fort Collins and are very curious about the new local magazine we have here. You can still look at it online. Anyways,
okay.
I wrote a food article and hopefully going to be writing some more for them.
It was really good. I was impressed.
Thanks, Shay. I wrote about some new food trailers popping up around the scene and
I definitely
put my little voice into it, and hopefully people can read it and understand what I'm trying to say.
Yes, you were completely it was not in Brianese or anything like that. Okay, it was good. Perfect. It was good.
So yeah, that's really exciting. That's coming out next month, and I'm really excited about that. Oh, speaking of excitement, we have a really special announcement, but we're not going to announce it this week. We're going to announce it on the next episode. Mm-hmm. And it's really exciting.
I know.
And we can't wait to tell you.
Dreams do come true.
We're not sponsored by Topo Chico yet. Just don't get that.
Yeah.
We're getting there, though.
One day. It's gonna happen.
It's just as exciting.
It is.
So, anyways, I think we should get into the show.
I think we should.
Okay, well, thanks, guys. Thanks for hanging out with us on Instagram. Oh, there's my little brother.
Look at you.
Can't wait to give you your weed brownies tomorrow, little bro. Wink, wink.
Perfect.
Had to say that.
Perfect.
And, all right. Well, love you guys. Thank you. Love you. Get ready for a treat and a half. Social medias have been updated.
Perfect. Ow.
Okay. Hello, testing. Test.
Testies.
That sounds real good, Brie.
Yeah, look at how close your mouth is right there.
Just lick the mic.
Just make out with it.
Just lick it.
Just pretend you're just Whitney Houston and you're just singing your best life in that microphone.
I wanna run to you.
Just like that.
Darling. Okay. What? That girl sang that on American Idol the other day.
That's right, she did.
She didn't make it though.
No.
That was crazy. They just were like, all right, everyone voted, even though someone literally just performed.
Right. I thought that was kind of bullshit.
That was weird. Is that how it always is?
No, that's why I was
just because they're going to fucking Disney World? Like, what is going on?
I didn't really understand that either until they were like, oh, okay, also, by the way, we're not going to show it next week. Well, I'm like, just wait 2 weeks. Why can't you do that?
Yeah.
Because of the Oscars. So, but I'm like, well, that's stupid. Just wait. But I'm like, I wonder if their budget was severely cut in half or something like that, because I feel like it's going by really fast. So
it is.
So I think that they only have so many episodes. So they're just like, okay, no, just you better get your fucking votes in because
literally they are getting eliminated right now.
Yeah. Well, that one girl that was fake 15 and was amazing, Ava, and I was like, fuck off.
I know.
But honestly, it's a really good group this year.
It's pretty good. I like it. Okay.
All right,
guys, are you ready for some history?
Oh, always. You know me.
Well, today we're going to be talking about a man named Napoleon Hill, the OG secret, and a cult that misunderstood the assignment.
Oh dear. Are they all related?
Yes, all of these things
are the other.
Together. So have you ever heard about Napoleon Hill?
No, I've heard of Napoleon Dynamite and Bonaparte.
This man's a little different. Oh, hey, Buddha. She's like trying to fucking...
Yeah, you don't ever do that.
Jungle cat up here.
She won't, though. She's scared.
Well, he is actually... He's an author and like he was a business...
Man?
Not a business... Well, I guess he was a businessman, but he was like a business... Not coach... Like
a life coach?
He was kind of like a life coach, except in like the 20s.
So he just helped them with their monocle.
Yeah, he was like the first
big wheel bicycles.
He was actually the first person to publish books, basically like self-help books, like self-determination leading to success books.
Like in the 20s, is that what you said?
In the 20s.
In the 1920s?
Yep.
Okay. So like, these are the stocks that you should buy. And then the crash happened. Perfect.
Yeah, basically. Or whatever.
What spoon to beat your wife with? Anyway, sorry. Go on.
No, that is not. Yeah, it's actually, but it's quite relevant. Even like people still. I'll get into this in a little bit. So, anyways, Napoleon Hill, he has this thing called the philosophy of achievement. Ooh. And it was offered as the formula for like rags to riches success. And it was like back in the 20s, like after the Great Depression.
Right.
And like people were like fucking like in the lowest of lows. And this man apparently, with the help of his friend Andrew Carnegie, aka, you know, the guy that made like the Carnegie Hall.
I was going to say that Carnegie.
That guy told him the secret to a lot of like I think it was like over 100 men's success. Anyways, I'll get into it. Okay. So basically he published initially in 1928 a multi-volume study course called The Law of Success, and it further leading to a home study course, aka like a fucking master class, you know?
Oh, okay.
He like had his courses. He like wanted you to sign up for his class.
Oh, got it.
He really wanted you to sign up. So
fucking master classes.
And this secret, as he describes in his most famous book, Think and Grow Rich, which I don't know if you've ever heard of that book. It's a very famous book. Lots of fucking billionaires and shit are like, this is the shit book of my life.
I've never heard of it.
So,
but it sounds a lot like The Secret.
No, you know it. So actually, it is. This is actually what The Secret is about. So that's why I called it the OG Secret.
Fuck.
And I was like, oh well, shit. Here we go.
The secret is that there is no secret.
The secret is just fucking live your goddamn life.
Jesus Christ.
For yourself. Okay.
That's the secret.
Ready? I know you hate.
Okay, let's go.
So now thousands, if not millions of people have adapted his principles, created their own riches and successes for almost 100 years since publishing this book. So, and these books that he's in his little at-home study. So obviously they're skeptics about the teachings in his book. And
haters,
you know,
like myself.
Yeah, for everything, but we'll let you decide for yourselves. So I actually started reading the book. Mm-hmm. I have heard about it on like different podcasts, and like I've heard like the name Napoleon Hill, like seen a lot of Napoleon Hill quotes, and they're
right.
You know, a lot about like kind of the same stuff I was talking about last week, like law of attraction shit, but also like he's mainly focused on like business, money, people getting like their wildest dreams and success and all this shit.
Right.
So some of his principles are so he identified freedom, democracy, capitalism, and harmony among the foundations of his philosophy of achievement. He asserted that without these foundations, personal achievements would not be possible. He claimed his philosophy was responsible for lots of Americans' successes, like, you know, Henry Ford, Thomas Edison, Woodrow Wilson, but I'll get into some more names later on, which he actually interviewed these people, and they told them they all had this one secret in common that they all didn't know, they all just did as just their soul guiding them, I guess.
Okay.
But it was this one secret that they call it, at least that he talks about in Think and Grow Rich, which I'll get into in a sec. So, another principle, failure is caused by such emotions as fear and selfishness. So like low vibe shit, you know?
All right.
Don't be in that low vibe shit.
Not
You
vibing
gotta
with
get in
that.
that high vibe. So Think and Grow Rich.
Good vibe only.
Yeah, like I said, I just started reading it, and it's because I was hearing about it, and then I was at Barnes & Noble one day, and it was like on sale for $8, so I was like,
That's an
Think and Grow Rich, I fucking gonna, $8, I'll get that. So, yeah. Thanks, Barnes & Noble. So, this book was written in 1927, even though it's still relevant as fuck today, and people still read it if I'm reading it. No, they definitely still fucking read it.
It's true.
Tony Robbins fucking loves it. Oprah loves it. Elon Musk swears by it. Even people
then it
like
must work.
the creepy Bill Gates loves it. Anyways,
Perfect.
Which again, people can use this information for however they feel.
However
need
they
to
see fit.
it, which, you know, maybe not always for good. Anyways, it's been on the bestsellers list for over 50 years. It's listed on John C. Maxwell's A Lifetime Must Reads book list.
Ooh.
So Homeboy, like I said, Homeboy, Napoleon Hill, he didn't come up with the secret, like I said earlier. It was basically a realization of Andrew Carnegie, who also adapted this secret to his life, and then among his friends realized they all had the same shit going on. So basically Andrew Carnegie expanded the American steel industry in the late 19th century and became one of the richest Americans in history. He devoted the remainder of his life to large-scale philanthropy, special emphasis on libraries. I think he is one of the people that created public libraries, because he's like, everyone should be able to read a fucking book for free and gain knowledge.
Well, that's admirable as fuck, yes.
Yeah, so thanks, Mr. Carnegie. I'm sure he probably did some weird shit too, but anyways.
That's fine.
This secret was also... So yeah, with Mr. Carnegie's help, and Mr. Carnegie actually, before his death, met Napoleon Hill as a boy, apparently, and told him you need to write a book about this and interview these people and write a book and share this with the world because it's more valuable than education.
Okay.
Literally states that in the book. I'll tell you a little bit more about that later too. So, some other people that apparently adapted this quote-unquote secret: Theodore Roosevelt, Alexander Graham Bell, William Howard Taft, Woodrow Wilson, Franklin D. Roosevelt, Charles Schwab, Arthur Nash, to name a few somewhat a little bit successful human beings.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit
they
of a
did
laundry
things
list.
that no one had ever done.
Right.
Henry Ford was one of these people too.
Right.
The secret was used by President Woodrow Wilson during the World War.
Was it now?
Yes. And then Honorable is what they called it back then. Manuel L. Kazan, which if you were called honorable, it was like a class of person. This was in the 20s. I don't know. So anyways, he was inspired by the secret to gain freedom for his people of the Philippines and went to gain that freedom and became the first president of the free state.
Damn.
He served on the staff. Napoleon Hill even served on the staffs of President Wilson and Franklin D. Roosevelt.
Didn't know that.
This secret, the golden rule, so it's in the first book, he calls it the golden rule, not the secret. He doesn't call it the secret until this other book, Think and Grow Rich, and it's just more expansion on his first teachings. Anyways, the golden rule is only by working harmoniously in cooperation with the other individuals or groups of individuals, and thus creating value and benefit for them, will one create sustainable achievement for oneself. Fucking makes perfect sense.
Makes perfect sense.
And also, it's also, benefiting, as long as you're benefiting others and you're bringing value to others' lives while you're also bringing value to yourself, is how you create ultimate success, kind of, basically.
Right.
And you just and you can achieve noteworthy success in in whatever calling you have in your soul is what he's saying. Like, all these people had completely different success stories. All of them literally came from nothing. And just fucking were like, I'm doing this, and they did it. And they never let anything stop them.
Yeah.
Another big thing is, like, don't take no for an answer. I mean,
that also is a way to succeed.
Mm-hmm. That's true. Yeah. Don't take no for an answer. So obviously it's like, is this really a secret, or is it just like fucking just persevering?
People that were just like, just didn't, again, just were strong-willed fucking individuals.
Yeah. So exactly. So maybe that's just.
But whatever. That's fine.
So another thing is you have to know what you want, not being wishy-washy. And you have to contribute something to the equation. You can't gain something from nothing is another big principle of what he teaches. Hill claimed insight to racism, slavery, oppression, failure, revolution, war, and poverty, saying that overcoming these obstacles using his philosophy of achievement was the responsibility of every human. So that was another thing he taught. Which, I mean, that's not a bad thing to teach people. It is our responsibility to rise above these fucking bullshit things that that aren't necessary.
Right. Agreed.
Anyways, so let's start changing instead of always talking about the fucked upness of it all too. So Napoleon Hill died on November 8th, and his cause of death is unknown. But before he died, he actually started an agency helping rehabilitate convicts, which is
admirable.
So that being said, there was a for sure actual cult that followed Mr. Napoleon Hill.
Yes.
That I found out about. And Napoleon apparently was kind of a part of it, so that's a little
even
sketchy.
Better.
So even people with the best intentions can maybe fall to the wayside.
Right.
Fucking human beings are complicated motherfuckers. I feel like some of them just get carried away with their fucking own bullshit.
That'd be tough, though, right? Like, just to not get carried away with your own cult.
Well, yeah. I mean, he didn't start the cult, but he was apparently, like, kind of like, he would visit them.
Right.
But this cult was, like, obsessed with
like finding
Hill.
like a really
and they
intense
had a lot
fan
of money.
club. And then you're like, okay, I'll show up.
Literally, that's basically what it was. Like a fucking insane it was like a fraternity. So it was called the Royal Fraternity of Master Metaphysicians.
Super cool
and
name.
It was founded by a really sweet dude named James B. Schaefer, who came from Michigan to New York around the 30s. In the mid-30s, he amassed a following through his speeches on the spiritual potential hidden in the material world, on, basically what Napoleon was teaching. He explained to crowds of hundreds at Carnegie Hall each Sunday morning that the human mind had the ability to change everything around it. If you simply could imagine it, these thoughts could become real. So he would teach like Willy Wonka. Things. Yeah. So, yeah, it is. And so by January of 1938, Master Metaphysicians purchased a 110-room mansion in Long Island, formerly the home of William Vanderbilt.
Oh.
And a bunch of them lived in there. So this is kind of where the culty shit started.
Okay.
He was kind of obsessed with Napoleon and drew his spiritual and material identity from this new thought movement, but he seemed to take it a little far.
Oh.
Little far beyond maybe it was supposed to go.
And how so?
So the cult had renamed this estate the Peace Haven. And
of course they did.
November of 1939 that... Oh, sorry. So yeah, they renamed it the Peace Haven. And in November of 1939, they announced to the world that they had the intentions to raise an immortal person.
What?
Because of this principle. So, because if you think it, you can do it. And if you think you can be immortal, you can. So they were like, we're going to raise an immortal person.
Okay.
And that was their idea. So here we go. They informally adopted a 5-month-old baby girl. Her name was Jean Gaunt.
That was not...
Informally. Pretty much, I think they took her, like, from the parents, kind of, that were maybe part of the cult. And then they were like, this is not good.
Maybe this was like this. Oh my god.
So,
okay.
The master metaphysicians promised that by raising a child with the strict vegetarian diet and only positive thoughts, she would become immortal.
Wow. Every vegan, eat your heart out.
I know. So if you're a vegetarian and you literally never experience any...
However, have you ever met a vegetarian? No offense to anybody, vegetarians out there. That is an absolute upbeat person. No. I'm not saying it's because they're starving. They are, but that's not what I'm saying. But like, I'm just saying.
Cattie's an exception.
Yes, she is an exception. But like,
she sometimes accidentally eats meat though, because I would feed it to her. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't.
The fuck
I
up.
would
You
never do
did.
that. I think accidentally one time I fed her bacon, but she was like, "That's fine.
It's fine. It'll buff out in the wash."
Exactly.
No, I'm vegan light, so it's fine. But what I'm saying, the real vegetarians that are so high up on their like little vegetarian non-existent horse are so angry that you are not. So I'm just like, I guess they can never be immortal because they're always just so angry because they're like,
they haven't tapped into the secret.
No, they haven't.
So yeah. So I think that these guys kind of misunderstood the assignment.
They did.
So they believe that anyone could be immortal if they thought hard enough about it. And but starting with a baby from scratch, they thought was in their minds a bold and noble experiment. So and apparently Napoleon was the godfather. I couldn't find a lot of information on that whole situation with him, except that he did visit them sometimes, and like it kind of seemed like a fan club thing.
Like
but apparently he might have been the fucking godfather. So who knows?
Okay.
So baby Jean had her own nursery and her own like crew of nurses who were with her constantly, making sure she was never exposed to any negative thoughts. She would never know there was anything such as death or disease until she was old enough to understand that it was simply something that just didn't need to happen to her.
So this is like a really twisted version of like Sleeping Beauty.
This is like a really dude.
Yeah.
It literally
just in the
is.
forest with like these three wackadoo
like
fucking fairy godparents.
This is like Rapunzel more.
I guess it's true.
It's kind of like Rapunzel. And they're like, nothing
fair.
bad. You will never die.
Yeah.
You will never have to leave this tower. All you need is your long ass hair, bitch.
Right.
It's kind of like Rapunzel.
And just
little Rapunzel-y.
Just let us.
And this was their fucking this was their whole plan. Like, yep, she's just gonna not ever experience anything, even though like, and this is what I'm saying. I think they misunderstood. It's like, okay, death is a part of life. All this other shit is a part of like, I mean, I don't know. I mean, who knows? Maybe you can be immortal. I'll test it out and let you guys know.
Okay.
I'll be like, #infinity.
Perfect.
#30ish infinity podcast because I'm still alive.
You're still alive. So wait. So okay. So what
they
happened?
didn't raise her.
Okay. They did not.
They ended up fucking getting, or he ended up getting arrested. Don't worry. So,
okay.
But before he got arrested, Schaefer actually brought a movie camera into the room, and he was hoping to document every phase of Jean's development, and even suggested that the document should be put in a time capsule to somehow prove Jean's immortality after several generations had passed.
After she had died?
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, perfect.
This girl was supposed to be immortal, but she died 160 years ago. So she's dead as a doornail.
She's dead as a doornail.
Actually, I think she's actually still alive today. So.
Oh my god, that's funny.
Sorry.
No, you're fine.
Gotta get it up there.
Yeah. No, you had just twisted the mic. Yeah.
So this dude ended up getting arrested, fucking Mr. Schaefer, put in Sing Sing for 5 years, which is the very high security New York jail, which I had to Google that. I was like, Sing Sing?
Yeah.
Is that a All-American Reject song?
No,
No, that's Swing Swing.
It's close, though.
Swing, swing from the tables up. Tables? Man. The tables of my heart?
They were...
What does that mean?
I mean...
The tables of my heart.
Because you're...
But why are you swinging from a table?
I don't know.
But whatever. Tyson is fucking hot, so it's
yeah.
fine. Tyson Rick... What's his name? Tyson
I don't know
Blue
what
Eyes McGee.
Doesn't matter. Perfect.
It doesn't matter. I'll just look at you.
That is an all-American name for an all-American reject.
It's true. Tyson Blue Eyes
McGee.
Okay, anyways, so he went to Sing Sing, got sued a few times, got out of Sing Sing, tried starting up his cult again, even started a fucking magazine for his cult.
Perfect.
Didn't really take off very well for him,
key.
Unfortunately.
Very low key.
And then after that, managed to start a sub-cult of his first cult called the Storks, which involved men taking care of young, unmarried women and their babies. Fucking weird,
is it
baby-obsessed weird dude.
Is it like the 7 degrees of Kevin Bacon, but like the 7 degrees of this guy's cult?
Yeah, something like that. Like, they literally had to wear, like, diaper, like, pins on their lapel of their fucking uniform. Like, it was a cult.
It sounds like maybe, like, the real Immortal here is, like, what was that guy that they did last week? It was, like, John Robertson, who was, like, who stole the babies from unwed mothers and like, then killed the moms.
What the
So I'm just like, maybe they all knew each other.
They're like, okay,
he was part of that
try
cult.
This. We'll just test out the waters in these different ways.
Yeah.
Who the fuck knows?
Jeez.
So Schaefer was apparently a thief, an ex-Klansman who swindled his own organization, a spiritual faker, and a religious hypocrite who's been loose preying on misguided women for too long. Schaefer and his wife, he was married.
Weirdly.
God, what a sick weirdo she probably was.
Mm-hmm.
So they actually were found
alone.
dead in their car near West Nyack, New York one day of April 1955. And it appeared to be a double suicide.
Oh.
And some people don't think it was a suicide, though, and they think they were killed. But who knows?
By whom?
Maybe Napoleon. I don't know. Your cat's going wild. Who is that, Kearney?
It's Buddha.
Buddha, get in here.
Jeez. Okay. I don't know why she's yelling.
So humans. So basically, yeah, that's the end of my story of Napoleon Hill.
Oh, okay.
Again, some good people have really benefited from his work. A lot of people have benefited in their own ways from his works, apparently, but some maybe took it a little too far, just like,
yeah, but
humans really like to misinterpret shit a lot.
Yeah.
From the good intentioned people, there's like, oh, this is actually what this means. I can raise an immoral human.
I mean, that one is
pretty fucking wild.
But she's still alive, so we don't know if it might have stuck.
But
can you imagine?
She's like not in that life anymore.
But the foundation.
But who knows?
The roots were there.
Who knows? Maybe she will. Then again, maybe she will. That's a Drake song. So basically, yeah, that's my little story today. But I did want to end on this because it was a nice little quote Napoleon had on laughter.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was pretty suiting for us.
Okay.
And I'm going to maybe try Think and Grow Rich. We'll see what happens.
All right. I like it. I like where your head's at.
Where's your head at? Okay, so this is my quote I'm ending on. You build he was talking about like life and like things that life throws at you, kind of thing. So you build a fire of hope in my heart, then sprinkle water on the flames, but I can go you one better and rekindle the fire, and I laugh at you once more. You have nothing that can lure me away from laughter, and you are powerless to scare me into submission. To a life of laughter, then I raise my cup of cheer. The end.
He's a very jolly man.
For he's a jolly good fellow. I actually was singing that song earlier today.
Were you?
I don't know why.
Huh.
But now I'm glad I got to actually sing it for you.
Talking to Blue. Perfect. Wow.
And that's my story.
That was a nice one. That was an interesting one.
So I'm still going to read the book. I started it. I mean, it's pretty fucking
I'll give it a
powerful.
read. Why not? I'll give it a little gander.
It's interesting, but yeah, it's just like
I'll probably be able to ingest it better than the book The Secret, because
is that an actual book or is it just the fucking movie?
Oh, it's probably the movie. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
I'm sorry.
Well, the movie
need the visualizations.
Yeah. The movies.
Just think it. and be it and breathe it.
But it's like, yeah, it's
but
like,
here are
that's
no
just
tools
like
to do
half
that.
the story. Thanks.
Right. It's fine.
But, / not.
But maybe this will be the whole story.
Yeah, we'll see.
Maybe there'll be a chapter about raising an immortal baby.
A lot of sense. So no, there's nothing about that.
There could be. You don't know.
They're
like, you have to go out, and then you have to dig the baby outside of your butt, and then
your butt falls off, and then there's blood everywhere, and there's a baby. All right,
that's exactly right. Yes,
good.
It's good. No, so I mean,
speaking of, I think I deleted it. There was a little food part. They had like a special the cult had a special diet. So
that they had to eat?
If you have a fucking special diet, actually that's not true. If you have a special diet, you're not in a cult. If you are on a special fucking diet, you are in a cult. They like couldn't drink caffeine. Like
those keto people
they like
are real
weren't
weird.
allowed to. It wasn't like this is bad for your health. It was like you're not allowed to eat string beans on a Wednesday.
Yeah, I feel like
you have to wear pink on Thursdays, and that's it. You can only wear velour sweatsuits on Friday.
If you don't have one, then you have to wear this potato sack. The end.
The end.
But I mean, like, I feel like if you're not allowed to eat something, then yeah, you might be in a cult.
Yeah. If you're not allowed to do shit, like that's when you should start being like, oh,
right, and you get like lashings. Then yes,
like
then
if
might
you're
be
like
cult.
shunned for something, that's not a good sign.
If your child is ripped from your arms and then fed a
trying
proper
to tell
diet
you
of only berries and lettuce and constantly said just happy thoughts just berating in her face, then yes, you might be in a cult.
Yeah, and if you
how do they? I want to know what the criteria was for picking that child.
Well, the criteria was that the parents were like kind of unfit parents.
Oh,
so I think that it was like I don't know if he found her off the street. Yeah,
got it.
But then they ended up suing him, and then
they got the child back
because they were like, what are you doing?
Give us back our properly nourished child.
You're doing what to my child?
Look, she's so healthy though and plump. Give her to me.
So weird. All right, are we ready to talk about food?
Oh, we're ready.
Oh, okay.
Ready.
All right, here we go.
Here we go.
Okay, we ready?
Oh, we're ready. I don't know why I needed to caress myself like that.
Whenever we're going somewhere, I always say to Chris, "Ready, Fred?" I just call him Fred,
and he's like, "Yeah, Brie."
Like, "Fuck you, bitch."
He's so aggressive in the car ride.
Say that.
He's really aggressive.
This is before we're in the car, and I'm like, "We gotta go." I'm like, "Ready, Fred?"
He's already pissed off and angry.
Like,
he's like, "Dude,
my name's fucking Chris, and I've been with you for 10 years. I think you would know that."
I'm like, it's a joke. And you're like, "I will murder you and plant you in the bushes."
It's never like that. It's funny. It was just a funny thing we do. And by we, I mean I.
I do. And then we go down the hill, and then he buys me.
Fetch a pail of water.
What the fuck?
You know, like Jack and Jill and up the hill.
Thank you. Yes, thank you for.
You said something about us going down the hill.
For breaking it down.
Fetch a pail of water.
Breaking it down for me. All right, food, you guys.
All right, food.
This is going to be like a talking presentation because you're probably going to know way more. Because I essentially. Okay. I wrote down a food myths list. Say that 3 times fast.
Food myths list. Food myths list. Food myths list. Food myths list. Damn, girl, we need to write down that tongue twister.
That's a good tongue twister, right?
Food myths list. Food myths list. Food myths list.
Which is funny because it's like hard. Food myths Lisp. So.
That's hard.
It's tough, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I made it a list. And to make me not talk about murder, I had to do a list. So, you're welcome. Anyway.
Thanks, Listy.
And some of them you'll probably know, obviously. Not you, but just the general public that we're talking to. I mean, honestly, probably all of them you know. There was actually a couple at the end that I did not know. So, it's not really even a myth. It was like a fact that I was like, I didn't know that. Like, what the fuck?
I'm ready.
Anyway, so I essentially wrote these. And by writing, I mean, like, mostly copying and pasting. And then I didn't give any like alternatives to. I legitimately feel like I'm in front of like my 4th grade class right now.
I know, and you're reverting back.
I am, and I'm just like, I didn't finish the assignment, and everyone's gonna know.
It'll be like that time I was like, I'm just gonna tell you a story about my life. Here we go. Hashtag nostalgia.
That was a good story though. I still can't believe you didn't die.
Top that. So here we go. Food.
No. Just kidding. Okay.
It's fine. That's what podcasts are for. Unscripted.
It is. And so I just wrote down like some of the biggest. Yeah.
There we.
Yeah. See, that's why you have to have
Brianna, you can't be twisting that shit.
You like to.
This is not a bop it.
It's not a bop it.
Be twisting that.
No.
Too.
So I was trying to figure this all out. Like what do I want to talk about? But I'm like, let's just talk about some food myths because
let's fucking talk about them
because we don't we think about like all these. There's so much fucking like information like what's the best diet to be on or what's the better blah, 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 because like this that and the other is whatever to you.
Don't eat carbs, they're evil.
Right. So the first one up right now is not the carb one, but we'll get to that. Is the low fat food, which we did talk about that, how it's better for you.
Oh, it's good for your brain.
Right.
Your brain needs good fats.
Right. Not processed fats. But we all talked about, like, the last, like, it was back in, I don't remember what episode it was, but it was about, like, the freaking low-fat bullshit craze.
Oh, yeah.
And, like, workout videos, and, like, you can't have any fat in there at all.
Fat-free.
100%.
So we'll just put more sugar in it. It's perfect.
That's pretty much what it is. It's like, that's what they would put, like, sugar to like change the flavor and like say like showed like people that ate 28%, right? 20%. Let's say if they did a low fat diet and then they would eat 28% more chocolates if they were labeled as low fat, then they would like and this led to overall increase in calories consumed, which I love that rationale because it was like, okay, I can eat 28 low-fat ones, and it equals, like, 4 regular ones, right?
Yeah.
Total, like, fucking, like, Bruno from fucking Willy Wonka. Like, I can have all the chocolates! It's great. So,
as long as I jump in.
100%. But, yeah, so essentially, like, all low-fat food is, like, it's just, like, it's a fucking disguise. It's magic.
Yeah, if they're taking something out, they're filling it with something else that you probably don't even know about. So
which is also probably worse.
Yeah. Know what was really weird that I've been finding in butter that I've never known?
What?
Is like if you have unsalted butter, they add flavoring. But if it's salted, they don't. It's just cream and salt. But if it's unsalted, a lot of times butters will add natural flavoring because they're not adding salt. So it's like,
but what is
you
that
might
natural?
As well eat. It's like natural butter flavor. So what the fuck does that mean?
What does that mean?
Exactly. It's not. It's fucking fake.
Okay, so we're gonna go into like a little bit of a rabbit trail here because I'm gonna talk about some fucking like the labelings with that. So like now I've questioned every single fucking thing on a goddamn label, which I never did until I've watched that show. Watched the documentary of Seaspiracy and about the fucking. The dolphin safe label, and I was like, oh yeah, and then they explained to it, and they're like, and you hear him actually.
What does that even mean?
Asking the sailor, or asking the sailor. He's not a sailor. He was like a guy
pirate.
He looked like a sailor, but he was part. I can't even remember. I need to rewatch because my jaw was on the floor the entire time, so I couldn't remember who he was talking to. But it was a big wig of a company, I believe, and he was talking about that dolphin safe label. And then he's like, no, you just can't guarantee it. And they're like, but you just said that your tuna is dolphin safe. He's like, yeah. But so there's no dolphins that, like, how many dolphins have to get hurt in order to not to get that label? Like one. Like just one that dies, like, you know, you have to take that label off. Why? So, like, you can guarantee since you have that label on there, that's for sure like no dolphins were killed. No, you can't guarantee that. Just over and over again. He was just so confident about it, and it was just like whatever. So I'm like, so he was like saying like, so you essentially can't trust labels, and he's like, I didn't say that. I was like, holy shit. So it's just like, so I don't know why that's a big epiphany for me, but it is, and I think it's just me putting my blinders on. And I think about all the times that we talk about, like you talk about that, like about voting with your dollars and all this kind of stuff. But it's just like, how do you even fucking do that when you can't even trust what's on the fucking shelf?
You have to like research the actual brand.
Death to death.
And because the ones that are actually transparent and shit are the ones that you should be supporting. Mm-hmm. I mean, obviously it's hard always to support those kinds of things and whatever, but like,
right,
for the most part, like, yeah, you have to read an ingredient. Like, there's like shit that says, oh, organic, all natural, and then you read the ingredients, then there's like a bunch of like weird
bullshit in it.
Yeah, and it's just like, okay,
right,
you literally, just because it says organic, like, that's also kind of now they can get around what organic actually means,
right?
And like, meanwhile, farmers that like are actually raising things organically are like can't get an organic, like, it's so fucked, and it's just the fucking baby salt on the fucking pile of spaghetti
of shit.
That's shit. Like just the beginning of like all the bullshit.
Right. So like that's making me turn the labels over. So yeah, like, so the natural flavoring of butter. Like, what the fuck does that even mean?
Exactly.
Nobody knows. Which I didn't know that, but I usually only try and get like the Irish Gold. And I feel like
Kerrygold is,
there's nothing Irish Gold. I don't know why I said it that way.
Yeah, Kerrygold's.
But Kerrygold, but because I feel like there's only like one thing in it, so I'm like, sweet,
exactly. And
I'm all about
what
that.
It should be.
So that's what I try to do. And I know it's like stupid expensive because it is like gold, but I do butter. That's the only one I try to do because like if I feel like it doesn't say any extra things, so maybe I don't know.
Yeah, that's the less ingredients usually the better, especially the ones that are like, the fuck is this?
Right.
It's just like 6 preservatives.
It's fine.
Fine.
It's just like, yeah, it says organic, like whatever, but it has yellow 5 in it. Like, how? That doesn't make any fucking sense. But okay.
It's natural yellow 5.
Sure, it's natural. It just makes your pee stink a little bit. It's great. It's perfect. Anyway. Okay, so moving on. My bad.
Don't worry.
It's fine.
You said you wanted me to go off on tangents.
Yeah, and it's
so
fine.
I feel like this will be a good one.
It's a good one.
This is one of my tangent topics faves.
Yes. This is a big one. Which I feel like they've gotten better at it, but before like it became a big craze, vegetarian and vegan diets are healthier. That's a myth because most people are just like, oh, French fries is perfect.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
People loosely translate what they take it as they will.
Right. And it's the same thing too. It's like you have to watch out, and like I come to this problem too, where it's just like, is it better just to eat again the low fat food or whatever, or like even it's better to eat just like the something with the butter, and even though I know again I'm very vegan light, very plant-based light, like is it better just to eat like the cheese like that I can get as organically as possible compared to the fake cheese that's going to have 5 different things in it where it's going to do more harm to my body than good. So,
and that's where you have to give and take. And if you want to be all vegan, great, but like you shouldn't just be eating like fucking chips. Like you can be a fucking disgusting, unhealthy vegan.
Oh yeah.
You can, but like, yeah, it's all about like balancing your proteins and you're getting your, your whole grain.
Well, and I think that's where we get to the slippery slope, and they do talk about that too a little bit in the Seaspiracy as well, where they're like, oh yeah, now you can just do all these plant-based options, which I disagree with because I'm just like, but you don't know what's in those, because now we got into this kind of this sinkhole of like, okay, now we're just gonna do like all these plant-based different whatever, but then we're shoving a bunch of different other crap in our body, which is like, really, you should be eating just whole foods and whole vegetables if you're going to be doing that way. And then, like, yeah, it's putting, like, tofu in there, like, a little bit. Like, I love tofu. I would eat that shit every day. But it's fucking soy. And it's like, you can't do that. It'll hurt your body if you do it too much.
Soy industry, especially if you're not getting organic, like, the soy industry, don't even get me fucking started, but is fucked. And that
I don't know anything about that.
Soybeans are so, like, cause lots of issues, and like the industry is perpetuating lots of fucked up. Anyways, yeah. So,
but again, moderation. You have to do that in moderation too. Like, and people like will just eat on that, or like I don't know. So it's just,
and knowing the brand, knowing where it's coming from, and it's like that's so annoying. But it's like
you have to do your research. Just like you have to do your research,
or it's just going to keep perpetuating all this shit. But there's people that
but
you
I feel
have
like
to
people
be aware,
right? But I feel like you have to do your research too. Like if you really want to, like
on everything,
on even meat products. I feel yeah. So like I don't see what the difference is with like trying to figure out like
on your body wash,
right?
The shit they put, like the shit they put in literally everything that's like literally mass produced is fucked.
Yeah.
And it's just mass produced and
because it's not regulated
to, they
say it is, but it's not.
No.
But
and it's also incentivized for those companies to have cheaply made, like, for them to sell all their products because they own so much other shit, and then
right.
So their food's cheaper, so then it's way cheaper to get some fucking fucked up shit than it is to get organic or some good stuff,
Right. They cut the corners all the way.
Mm-hmm. It's all connected.
It is. Bastards.
To each other.
Yes.
In a circle
of hell.
Of a hoop that never ends.
Oh, yes. Thanks, Pocahontas and Lion King. That's so nice. That's so nice.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so it's also like one of my favorite things though too is like when vegetarians and like vegans claim like, oh yeah, no, I'm just gonna have this salad, but I'm gonna put like these
17 ranch
like packets. Like all this kind of bullshit and like whatever, and like this like it turns into like this morphs into this 800 calorie meal. We're just like that doesn't like, but I'm eating a salad, or like I'm just like fucking like,
but it's vegan.
Like fucking remember those McDonald's salad shakers?
Yeah,
like those. Like she's like, here is my cup of like these 3 lettuce leaves. And I'm gonna like squirt this fucking ranch mayonnaise in there.
A quarter of a cup of fucking ranch.
So fucking foul. So nasty.
Yeah.
It's like ordering like a Big Mac meal with like, I'll have a Diet Coke, please. Mm-hmm. Like that's essentially the same like what these salads turn into. Which if you really like look like, because I mean now everything is like calorie conscious, right? So they have to put, especially like this corporate places, they have to put like the calorie count on things, and it's just astonishing to me. Like how much calories like a salad can pack, where I'm just like, that doesn't make any sense. Like spoons, for instance. Like I was looking the other day and I was like, okay, I'm going to get like a bowl of soup. Oh, look, it's like a fucking 300 calories for like a large bowl of soup. And their salad, which is like this, maybe like, like a nice bowl, wasn't like a humongously big like proportion for like a, I don't know, for a feast, which it seems like to be like that everywhere. Mm-hmm. Was like, I don't know, something like 700 calories for just like a fucking Cobb salad. And I don't understand where that's coming from. And I'm like, how much, like a gallon of dressing that you're putting on that? So it just, again, it's a slippery slope. It's a slippery slope.
I worked at a vegan vegetarian restaurant, and like we had some really good like the food was all good, but we also had like fried fucking food, and some people would come in there and like, it would just blow my mind how much like gross like they'd just order only fried shit, and like that was their meal, and it was like, but I'm vegetarian. I'm just
right.
Like, it was just like so weird. And then also like some of the cheeses that are vegan are like 7 different hydrogenated oils, so it's mixed together to make a cheese. It's like, this is not better than eating cheese. I'm sorry.
Right. No, I completely agree. Like I get like, then it's just like, well then I just shouldn't eat the fucking cheese. Mm-hmm. Like it's just stupid. I don't understand that. Like, and it doesn't even taste like the real thing. I don't care what they say. It doesn't.
It doesn't. There's good ones for
there
sure,
are good
but
ones.
it's definitely not,
It's not, and it's just
it's
like
not Brie cheese. Okay,
no, and so again, you have to really outweigh, and you have to go do your homework. And I just don't think, again, unless you're making like really good meatless based products, like it's not worth it. Like for instance, I like the what is
Beyond?
It? Not Beyond, but it's there's the other one. What is it? It's not Beyond, because Beyond has like this weird...
Beyond, I heard, has something weird.
It has a weird taste to it, and Impossible. Impossible doesn't have like... But it's... I like it better because it doesn't have like a bunch of the... Like 2 different of the oils of the Beyond, but like... It's still like packed with a bunch of weird shit. Like I don't want to be eating it every day. Like I'll do it like once a week, but it's still not enough that I'm like, you shouldn't just replace it. And I feel like then we're going to get on that slippery slope where people are just going to do too much of that, and then it's going to get a bad rap because it's going to be like, oh yeah, it causes anal linkage. Well, like, yeah, it is going to do that because it's not just eat a fucking salad with like a little bit of like balsamic vinaigrette. You'll be fine.
I know. It's
whatever. But it doesn't
boils my blood.
It doesn't taste right when I can't feel my tongue because there's not enough salt in it. Oh God.
Which I actually was listening to a podcast the other day, and the woman, she's like a holistic nutritionist, all this stuff, and she was saying like, salt is good for you, and we don't get enough salt in our diets, and we're so afraid of salt, but it's actually like we need it because the food that we're, because of our fucking industrialization of all our fucking food systems and shit, our food doesn't have the same amount of nutrients in it, all this other stuff. But she was like just talking about how you should like literally you should drink salt water in the morning instead of lemon water. Like not like a lot of salt, but like put a couple dashes of salt in your water in the morning instead of doing lemon, and it's better for you or something. I mean, she's just one woman, but I just thought that's an interesting new narrative. We're always coming out with new information. We're always learning new shit, you know?
That is true.
Like they used to bastardize fucking fats, and actually the brain fucking feeds off of good healthy fats.
And now nobody can like get enough of fucking avocados. I mean, look at keto now. Keto is all about like that and how much you get in and everything else, and it's so. But then it's just like just eat a balanced fucking diet.
Eat balanced.
Jesus Christ.
And honestly, and like,
because too much keto, again, to me, it's a lot like, and I don't know enough about keto to be real with you, but I mean, to me, like, I'm just like, it's like the foundation of Atkins. And I'm like, Atkins was really unhealthy. It's like, oh, look, I can eat all the bacon I want. Like, that's not how that works.
I can put cheese and, yeah.
Right. Like, that's just too much.
I know. And it's, again, it goes right with what I was talking about, too. Like, people take their own little spins.
Their own little spin cycles. Too much. Yeah. Misunderstood the assignment, and that's fine.
Gotta put you back in the wash.
Right back in that wash.
You said spin cycle.
So. I liked it. I like that we're.
Just thought you didn't know if you guys got that joke.
Just want to make sure we spun that one back around. Zinga. We got jokes. Puns all day. Okay. So, I guess the next myth up is fresh produce is more nutritious than frozen or canned food. I guess that's a myth. But you didn't know that. Apparently not always. So, fresh fruit and vegetables, if not stored properly, may lose their nutrients fairly quickly. But if frozen quickly after harvest and stored properly, a significant amount of their nutrients can be retained for up to a year.
Exactly. In that instance, yes.
Right. The little phytochemicals, and which are like, I guess, they're like believed to protect cells from damage that could lead to cancer. Antioxidants that are found in fruit and vegetables can sometimes be more abundant in processed food. Heat applied during the canning process, for instance, can increase the levels of lycopene, which is associated with reduced risk of prostate cancer. So, there you be.
I haven't heard a lot about the canned food thing being healthier, but...
I haven't either, so that one I take with a grain of salt in my water. Zinga.
Wing, wing.
Wing, wing. But, I don't know. So that one I have some hesitation with, but...
Yeah.
I don't know.
But I mean, when you're preserving something, you're preserving it at that stage.
Right.
So, I mean, the freezing thing makes sense for me, but the canning, and also like, I don't know.
I guess it's like canning. I mean, like, right? Like people can shit all the time.
Yeah, and
so
if
why not?
And especially if you're fermenting something too, that's a whole nother good
Just
thing
gotta check
for
that
you.
fucking can, dude.
Oh, is there a myth on your fucking list about how bacteria used to be so bad for us and now it's like literally the foundation of our lives?
No, I did not put that one on there.
That's fine. That's mine.
That's a good one,
that's
though.
My addition.
I like that one. Right? That's with the cheese, right?
Cheese. That's what, exactly.
Yep, so taking that one back.
Cheese and yogurt cultures and our microbiome in our gut and all the good bacteria is helping us out.
It is good. What's another one? Let's see. Oh, okay. Sugar's another good one, which is like the myth of like, oh, if you just replace white sugar with like agave or brown or honey, it's better for you. It's fine. So just take that chicken and waffles, instead of putting some sugar over that, just put some honey all over that. It's healthier. Which is a fucking, like, and I guess, like, people don't know that, like, people know, like, I don't know. People know it, people don't know it, I don't know. But, like, yeah. So, like, apparently, like, somebody in an article had to spell this out, like, all sugar is bad. Like, it's going to be broken down in that glucose, and it's going to stick to your thighs like fucking honey on a bear. So, you don't want to don't want it. I mean, some sugar is good, obviously, but...
I mean, sugar's delicious.
Sugar's great. I love sugar.
Processed refined white sugar. Honey is technically better, but it's still sugar.
But it's still
and the
sugar.
Glucose. Exactly.
Right.
So in the sense, technically, if you're going to have to sweeten something, like use something more natural. But yeah.
It's still sugar.
It's still the same fucking shit. And you're really not doing anything different for yourself.
Correct.
When you're still eating it.
Correct.
The same amounts.
Same goes for alcohol, unfortunately. Even though it's just like, that vodka soda is better for me.
Jesus, I haven't drank any.
I know. I'm just like chug-a-lugging like I usually do. Oh, yes. Okay, so red wine is, even though everyone knows about this one, but red wine is the only alcoholic drink that's good for your heart. It's a myth. Well, that's what the myth is.
Oh, because whiskey is too.
Right. So, but like...
And tequila, no.
Well... Actually, but this one is a near and dear excuse to my heart, obviously, because I love me some red wine. But studies have found that red wine is said to have to be heart protecting. But studies found that one alcoholic drink per day helped reduce the risk of heart disease. So like any tequila, anything can be like, yeah, just because it's gonna calm you down, just chill you out a little bit. Regardless of it was again like whether beer, wine, or spirits. Regardless of this, drinking more than this regularly though increases your risk. So. It's, again, a slippery slope.
I just read something about that with weed, and I was like, I know I need to cut back a little bit.
What? Like that
about weed? About, like, how it's beneficial, like, in moderation. I mean, everything
is, yeah.
But it's like, but it has negative effects when you're doing it, you know, constantly. Not that I'm constantly smoking weed, but I smoke.
You're not smoking it right now.
I'm not.
No, good job, you.
Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, you're welcome. Perfect. Oh, here's a back of house favorite. Gluten-free diet is healthier. We all love us some gluten-freeers, right? Unless you have a legitimate reason to be avoiding gluten, just fucking get the goddamn bread and save everyone some fucking trouble. You're fine. So, like, obviously, if you have celiac disease, like, yeah, don't.
And you can cut back.
Right.
But you're not going to die.
Right. So there's no reason to remove gluten from your diet, as gluten is present in many in many carbs, Jesus Christ, based foods. It often makes gluten choices more unhealthy. It often makes gluten choices more unhealthy, and this is why it has gained such a reputation. However, gluten itself isn't unhealthy. So.
And also, if you're eating, like, not super processed breads, if you're eating, like, sourdough breads that are actually made from, like, a sourdough starter, like, you are, that a lot of the problem people have is, like, well, also, and you're also people that are using, like, organic flours and not, like, all this super processed, bleached, all this other shit. A lot of people, like, they're finding a lot of the issue is that kind of flour that they're using.
Right.
And then also, like, just, like, they put a bunch of fucking fucked up shit in all of our sandwich breads and all this other shit. Like, the less ingredients, the better. And, like, if you're getting local, fresh sourdough bread, hashtag check out Calpona if you're in Fort Collins.
Calpona, I haven't heard of them.
I've told you about them. Shay.
I'm
just kidding.
sorry.
No, it's okay. No, they're
hashtag
she
sponsor
is like
us.
The best.
You have told me about that. Yes, you
she's
have.
Like the best. Sourdough.
That and then like if I know here in Fort Collins
because the fermentation breaks down the shit that like.
Yeah, sourdough's like one of the only ones that I don't get an upset stomach with really a whole lot, and I love that one. Or I haven't had hers, but I love the one I get it from King Soopers because they don't have a lot of shit in it. It's what is it? Is it Izzo?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they're great and they taste delicious. Anyway, okay. Next up,
tangent.
So this is a weird myth to me, and I didn't actually know a myth because I thought everyone fucking knew this. I didn't think that this would even be considered a myth. But remove the skin from foods like potatoes and apples as they carry germs and are low in nutrients. Like, wait, that's the myth. Or that's a statement, but it's a myth. But well, I actually did.
They have more nutrients,
right? So like this is why I was like, this was a weird myth to me because I was like, that's not. I thought everyone knew that all of the stuff was in the skins. I legit never heard of it.
It's gross.
Because I thought it was the fucking opposite. Like, I was told, like, all the fucking nutrients are in the skin of the potato or the fucking, of the apple or whatever.
Well, yeah, that's what that's saying, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But I don't ever, like, so that was a weird...
You've never heard anything else.
Right, so this was a weird thing that was like, it's a myth. I'm like, but what?
Wow.
Like, how does everyone know this?
Yeah.
Anyway, so many people tend to... which I know they do because they're like, it's gross. They remove the food, they remove the skin from that food, such as apples and potatoes, but they contain, obviously, everyone should know this, the beneficial vitamins, minerals, phytochemicals, and fiber. Dude, I would just eat the fucking skins off people's plates like a fucking hyena after, like, a lion's feast. Like, I would just, like, fucking just dip them in butter, like I would
potato skins?
Oh god, yeah, like just from a baked potato, just like not like just like
love baked potato,
right? But I would just like sit there and like eat like the fucking so fucking good.
I love sweet potato skin.
Oh, that one's real good too. That's so good.
I love skin. I love chicken skin too.
Chicken skin is real good. I don't know what it is.
It's not better for you.
Oh, it's way no, it's not. But it's so good. I don't know if it's because it's so fatty and it's it's so delicious. Apparently, if you were to compare the flesh or pulp of the food and its skin, the skin is packed with more fiber, obviously. In addition, it can it usually contains more like fiber, which adds bulk to stools and prevents constipation. So there you go. Helps your poops. It helps your poops.
You don't need no fucking Pepto-Bismol.
No, just eat that skin off of that potato.
We're not talking about cannibalism.
Unless you're from the Mr. Potato family, then that's a whole other story.
Speaking of cannibalism, when I was telling the boy at work today,
yes,
about how you rolled food and then you did cannibals.
Yep. I did all the cannibals.
He was like, "So if you eat ashes, does that mean you're a cannibal?"
First of all, sir,
why are you? I literally was like, "Why are you asking me this?" But he was like, I was watching that weird show that like people have the weird like fucking tendencies, and
then
like,
she was eating her
ashes.
Well, it was like a lady that was eating her husband's ashes, and then she's like, and then one day he might be gone, and she has like ashes all over her mouth. I'm like, oh my god,
yeah,
what
I was like,
the fuck?
Definitely cannibalism.
Yeah,
But then he was like, but at what point are you not still a human? I was like, I guess that's true. Nice talk.
No,
I have lots of nice chats with my 22-year-old
That's a nice
friend.
one, but like at the same time, like I don't know if that would be considered cannibalism, but I guess it would be technically.
I mean, technically, if you're eating like fucking cow ashes, you're eating cow.
She legit like had like ashes all on her mouth, and she was like, and then one day he's gonna be. I only have
mustache.
A mustache. Yes, and she's like, I only have a third of him left. I'm like, dude, there's a lot of ashes when they give them to you. So, like, dude, how is your fucking poops? I don't know about that. Anyway.
Not a lot of fiber in that skin.
Okay, so the peel of... Also, I love that I can just, like, casually go to the next subject after I talked about somebody eating somebody's ashes. The peel of some types of citrus fruits, such as oranges, lemons, and grapefruit fruits, also contains vitamin C, which adds immunity, not can be confused with immortality.
Should we eat some grapefruit? Should we eat some grapefruit skins? We have some in our drink.
We could zest them up.
You know what?
Which we could have. It actually probably would have been real good in that.
I
love zesting shit.
Eating like orange peels, and I was eating grapefruit skins.
You needed some vitamin C in your life. Yeah. The fruit peels of berries, guava, and grapes can carry higher levels of antioxidants than their flesh. I actually had an aunt that convinced one of her sister-in-laws to peel the grapes for her children. Like, and it took her, like, she peeled like at least like 15 grapes until like my aunt was like,
I'm joking.
I was just fucking joking. Like, she sat there and like peeled the fucking, like, these big old red grapes. It was hilarious.
Oh my god,
yeah.
That's funny.
Yeah.
You little jokesters.
Yeah. Okay, so this one, I just put it on there, and because I still don't really know what it means, but I'll just say it anyway. So, a macronutrient ratio matters more than diet quality, because I've heard this time and time again. I still don't know what a fucking macro is, even after looking at this for all of 5 minutes. But, like, That's not the point. The point is, I still don't know what it is.
It like has the more complete
because it's
proteins
like
or
something like that. It's like, okay, so although macro coaches may lead you to believe the ratio of macronutrients in your diet is all that matters when it comes to weight loss and overall health, this narrow-minded take on nutrition is missing the bigger picture. While tweaking macros can benefit health in many ways, the most important factor in any diet is the quality of food you eat. And you can, like, again, like, you can put this in any diet, like keto, Atkins, paleo, low fat, whatever. Okay. So, though it might be possible to lose weight by eating nothing but high processed foods and protein shakes, focusing solely on macros discounts how eating certain foods can either increase or decrease metabolic health, disease risk, lifespan, and vitality. Again, I still don't know what it is, because every time I fucking look it up, it looks like a goddamn algebra problem. Like, seriously.
It just looks like...
Doesn't it, though? Like, I can't do...
All I'm looking up is there's 7. It's carbs, fats, fiber, minerals, proteins.
But you have to, like, do, like... It's like, if you eat, like, a banana, it's, like... 7 or whatever. So it's, like, again, it looks like
like weird weight loss.
Right. So it looks like a fucking algebra problem that I can't fucking figure out. So I'm like, I'm not into it. So, like, because it's, like, different foods equal different things. And so, like, you have to pay attention... I don't know. It's just weird to me. It's too much math. So, but apparently, like, again, I think it focuses on certain... I think, again, it's like... It puts it into that thing where I was talking about keto, which it's like it focuses on these sole things where you're not getting the bigger picture of getting that healthy diet. So it's going to fuck up things down the way. So, like, yeah, you can use that to count that to be like, oh, yeah, I can lose weight and blah, 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 blah. But when you're 35 years old and it's... No, I'm just joking. But, like, later in life where it just... It fucks up everything else.
Exactly. And we're just all about a quick fix, aren't we?
It's true. So, okay, so this one, microwaves remove nutrients from vegetables. So, apparently that's a myth, which...
The microwaves
remove it from vegetables. I thought that
they don't remove it, they just blast them out.
But no, but like they said that's a myth. That's like, that's not true.
Who's they?
Wikipedia. Yeah, so...
I mean, who knows?
So they say, according to... research, quote unquote.
Maybe it just puts in weird shit in it instead of technically taking out nutrients. It's just like adding its weird
put the green beans in the space box and you get like some weird ass fucking radioactive green beans.
You'll grow a tail.
Dude, I'm still waiting for mine after my vaccine. According to research, boiling can be the worst way to cook vegetables. Whereas microwaving exposes them to heat more briefly so they retain more goodness. End quote.
Don't like that.
I disagree. I don't believe this because I'm just like, this was everything that I was not taught.
Was this like a fucking
because they taste fucking
article?
Weird. That would be amazing, right? Like, I'm like, who was Kenmore? I'm like, it's Samsung fucking
like
microwave.
LG.
They're like, this is the way to be. Like, because everything that comes out of a microwave tastes fucking wonky. Like, it just does. It tastes weird. It literally tastes gross.
Fucking changes the like fucking cellular vibration of the food.
So like for them to like,
that's different.
So for this fact to be like, oh yeah, no microwave. I'm like, yeah, sponsored by Kenmore and all of fucking GE. So
Maytag.
Right.
Do they make I don't know. Do they make microwaves?
They do. Maybe, I don't know. So, but it rolls into this fact, which cooking vegetables completely is the most nutritious. Steaming vegetables, which I actually always thought stir frying was the most nutritious, but it's obviously no. Well, not
steaming.
I know steaming was
or eating raw. Well, sometimes different vegetables are better when you cook them. Some are better.
Right.
Raw.
I thought steaming was like first, was behind like raw or whatever it was, and I thought like, and they're still claiming like microwaving is above stir frying it, which I don't believe that. I don't believe that. So steaming, this is what it says: steaming vegetables keeps
a lot of shit
intact the most number of nutrients, which I believe that. It says microwaving is next best, with stir frying and boiling resulting in the greatest nutrient loss because the vegetable's exposure to high heat and vitamins leaching into the water.
Which,
I mean, I get that with I get that, but I just feel like microwaving is down on the fucking totem pole. Like, I don't believe that it's above boiling.
You heard it here first.
You heard it first at 30-ish.
Don't listen to this myth.
No. I just
This
don't.
is debunked. There's plenty of other science saying otherwise. So
Honestly,
I guess it just depends on what resonates with you.
Plus, putting them in the microwave, if you're gonna put fucking canned green beans in the microwave, don't. Just stop. Put it into a fucking pan.
First of all, you're gonna blow up your microwave if you put the can in there.
Yeah.
Second of all,
Just don't do it. Poke holes in the can, and then I'm just joking. But
don't.
It's just as quick, if not quicker, to just fucking put them in the goddamn fucking pan. I don't understand that, but whatever.
No.
Okay, next up.
It's
Moving on.
14 seconds faster.
I guess so. Next up, okay, carrots are good for your eyes. That's a myth. So you heard it growing up. Carrots are great for your vision. While it is true, there are lots of veggies that are great for your eyes.
There are a lot, but yeah.
Yeah. So they dark green leafy vegetables and
our favorites. Those are my faves.
The dark green ones. And fresh fruits contain more antioxidant vitamins like C and E and are better for your eyes than carrots. So you heard it here first again.
And your skin will just turn orange if you eat too many. That's not a myth.
I saw that on the Magic School Bus.
Yeah, Arnold got orange.
He got orange.
Just as orange as his hair.
He was.
Poor Arnold.
Poor little Arnold.
He was a little pessimist.
He was like fucking Chucky's cousin from Rugrats.
He was.
Oh
cute.
my God. Did you watch the documentary of Nickelodeon on Hulu?
No.
Is it
good?
It's super good. I watched it today and I was like, this is like hitting all the nostalgic buttons.
I did just
It's
find
super good.
all that nostalgic podcast.
I did not see
They
that.
started following us too. So hashtag if you're
Fucking that's dope,
hashtag shout out if you're listening. It's
Okay.
Prime Nostalgia Podcast.
Okay.
Anyways, but
I'm going to give that a listen.
They were talking a lot about all that.
Okay. I'm
then
into that.
They have all that. I don't know if some of the people were on all that, or they had some I feel like they had some old cast members from all that on the show.
That's dope.
Sorry guys, I don't know your full story yet, but I'll find it out. But anyway,
I like that.
I like that a lot. It's all that. So
It's all that. Okay. I see
that's all I got.
I like it. That's all I got.
Do you see me?
All I got.
I'm right here. Hello.
Here. Okay, next up is turkey makes you sleepy. That's a myth. We all know that though, right?
No. It does.
So after
tryptophan,
a turkey feast, because of the tryptophan is usually to blame for making you tired. But turkey doesn't contain an especially high amount of tryptophan. It's got the same amount as chicken, beef, and other meats.
Really?
Yeah. Rather simply eating a big meal.
We eat giant amounts.
And then probably dousing it down with fucking alcohol.
And then chugging gravy.
Yeah. Is likely to blame for you being I'm sleepy. It's that tryptophan.
It's because you're eating 16 carbohydrates.
Right.
15 total
And
fats.
a lot of them are really complex.
Yeah.
So.
Lots of macros.
Lots of macros. Yeah. Okay, so these last two, okay, the first one, the last one's a fact, and I just didn't know this, and this second last one is is another myth. So anyway, cornflakes were also invented to curb sexual urges. It's a myth. No, wait, that's a fact. These last two are facts. My bad. I misspoke. I've had a lot to drink.
People ate cornflakes to curb their sexual appetite.
So, a 19th century crusader. Yeah. So,
if you want to
cock-a-doodle-doo.
If you want to hush the devil inside,
which is kind of
eat some cornflakes.
Which is again kind of interesting. They used a giant cock as a fucking. Just saying.
Just perpetuated the desire.
So, a 19th century crusader against sexuality, who spawned a snack food empire unintentionally, John Harvey Kellogg was a superintendent at a Michigan sanitarium where he invented a cereal of baked and shredded cornmeal pieces.
I do like a bowl of cornflakes.
Only the frosted ones.
Did you know Kellogg's is like one of the biggest fucking corporations in the entire world?
That doesn't shock me.
So much shit.
They're like the Disney of...
They're like up there with... They're like Disney. They're like pretty much fucking up there.
Like, what else do they own besides?
They own, like, fucking Nabisco and, like, fucking, like, Nestle and fucking... They're all together.
So they're the parent company of all that shit.
Fucking each other.
Just a big incestual cookie cutter house.
I'll shut up now. What?
No, I like it.
Go on.
It's fine. Sponsor us. Okay, so...
Don't need your sponsorship.
So he believed...
Kellogg's.
Fuck you, Kellogg's. So he believed...
Probably owned by Topo Chico. Just kidding. They're not Topo Chicos by themselves.
They're not. Okay,
so... I think they're owned by Pepsi.
They're owned by Coke. Okay, so they believe... So he believed that a healthier grain-based diet could counter the punishment of masturbation among the patients. Wait. Yeah. So they would get punished, not that they would punish them with masturbation.
Rub this cock on the box.
Oh my God.
This cock's on the box, but your cock's not in a box. No. So just curb your...
Yeah, it's in a sock.
Dick.
Yep. It's in a sock. So they would get punished if they were caught masturbating. So he was just hoping that maybe a healthier grain-based diet would help. But also maybe not being chained to a bed for hours would have helped too.
Just a healthy bowl of cornflakes.
It'll turn that frown right upside down.
With Listeria milk.
It'll be super good.
Listeria, you're in my milk. You're making me sick 'cause my cornflakes.
Oh my God. So...
That was to the tune of Cecilia by Simon and Garfunkel.
That was really nice.
Thanks, I really felt the urge.
Don't sue us. Okay, so cornflakes would never succeed on that front, but Kellogg's more business-savvy brother, Will, would eventually pervert the... I think revert the rest of... Pervert?
They're a bunch of fucking perverts.
Oh, he would eventually... Probably. So, so Will would eventually, like, make the recipe, like, better, essentially, by adding sugar and begin selling it to the public, leading to the breakfast cereal we all know today, which you're like, yeah, so it's all good.
I mean...
So, okay, so in this last one...
We do support a fucking classic cereal from time to time. Mostly Cinnamon Toast Crunch.
That's true.
And one of my favorites, Crispix.
What? Oh, Crispix is good.
Crispix is so...
I don't know why it's so good.
I know, it's like, why is this good?
Because it's like this hollow, like, waffle
so
of, like...
Yeah.
It's like just a pregnant Chex. Do you know what I mean?
It is billowed.
It's
more billowy
I just
want to
be... It's like a cocoon of Chex.
And it's like a hexagon.
It is.
It's not just a fucking square. You get those extra little corners.
Although, like, I used to be a freak and I would eat dry cereal. So I probably belong to the Ceterium. But, like, I would eat, like, dry cereal all the time. Like, and one of my favorites was Life cereal.
Oh, Dry Life was good. We had that in our lunch boxes a lot.
Yeah, because you would fucking chew on the Chex. And inside was this, like, little crystal sugary goodness. Oh, so fucking good. And then it would, like, melt in the milk. Oh, my God.
Life was pretty good. But no.
Crispix was, like, it was different. Like, I don't know what was in it. I don't know if it was, like, a heartier corn. I don't know what was going on.
More whole grains.
Whole grains. All the whole grains. They should have given these to these pervert masturbators.
I do have to mention O's. Do you remember O's?
I didn't eat a whole lot of those.
Those were fucking delicious, plain, and they had like little clusters of fucking sweet, like
goodness
granola in the middle of these little sweet honey O's. Those are good.
Those were good. Do you remember, like,
we need to do a cereal fucking...
Dude, I would used to eat cereal so much when I was a kid. I love cereal.
Okay, that's my next nostalgia. So if I roll nostalgia today, I guess you guys know what I'm going to talk about.
Cereal. I like it.
And then we're going to eat cereal.
I like just in our ASMR.
We should do that with our friends. Snack that.
Ooh, that would be a good one. I like that.
We should do nostalgic cereals.
Do you remember the cereal, which I think they actually brought it back, but it's not the same. They were like, it was Pop-Tarts. It was Pop-Tart cereal, but it was like just little mini Pop-Tart. Like,
yeah.
Which I always thought was so, like, it was just like...
Do you remember French Toast Crunch?
Yeah, I remember
it was
that.
like little loaves of bread.
Yes, I remember that. Do they still not have? Do they not have that anymore?
I don't know. It was fucking
no,
gross.
but it was like, but even like having like, I'm like, I don't understand why people would just put this in a bag and like take this. Why would you put milk on this and just like have like a giant pastry to rot your teeth out?
Know what I fucking saw yesterday? Hershey's Kisses cereal.
I saw that. Do you know what also I saw the other day? It was
Sour Punch cereal?
Dunkaroo cereal. Which I was like, what is that even?
Okay, can you just bring back the actual Dunkaroos?
That's what I would prefer.
They do. Somewhere.
I saw them
you can find them in Loveland, I heard.
I saw them at the Walmarts. Yeah.
They're not the same.
I tried them.
They'll never be the same because they put more weird shit in them.
Yeah, I tried them like a couple of years ago, and I was like, it's just not the same. Because I would just throw away those nasty cookies, and I would just like dip the fucking.
Yeah, I was like,
and I'm like,
I'm sprinkles in the frosting. I'm
but
good.
But then I'm just like, I'm an adult. I can go down and get like a Duncan Hines like fucking thing and just eat the fucking carton myself, like the fucking scene from Death Becomes Her with like with what's her face when she's like watching the thing with like the what was her like she was like eating the frosting. And do you not remember that?
Who? I didn't watch that movie.
You never watched that one with Meryl Streep and Goldie Hawn? And she...
Oh, I literally barely have seen it.
She got all fat with her cats, and then she was just, like, eating fucking, like, frosting with her
No,
fucking...
but we did watch it in a college class that I had. I think it was, like, food and film and literature.
That's a really weird film to watch for that.
Maybe that wasn't what I watched it in.
Oh my god, yeah. You just watch her just like take a big old like scoop and just like put it in her mouth. It's so foul. But anyway, that's how I feel when I eat frosting from a can. Sometimes.
You do that a lot?
I mean, not anymore. But I used to.
Oh my god.
Well, I'm like, this is what being an adult is like. Yeah.
I'm gonna buy me a can of frosting.
Even now that makes my stomach hurt.
I know. I literally just got a stomachache thinking about that.
So again, so you obviously know this because you're a chef, but I didn't know this at all, which I don't like this food to begin with, so it doesn't really matter. So I'm just like, I'm never eating this again. I'm like, I don't really eat them because they taste like a giant booger.
Oysters!
Yes. So I didn't know, like, they weren't dead when you eat them. And apparently that's a myth that they're dead when you eat them.
They're not really supposed to be, no.
And I didn't know that, and that gives me the heebie-jeebies, that essentially they're all a bunch of Lieutenant Dans, because...
They're not, like, fucking moving around and shit, but technically they're not supposed to be dead, and...
Yeah, like, you just,
alive.
like, you like, paralyze them, and then you just shove them down your gullet.
Yeah, you just suck them down.
I didn't know that. Well, I knew, like, how you suck them down.
Because when they're dead, then you can get sick if they're dead. And you can like, yeah. But they're like oysters are very sustainably raised. They also eat just the shit on the bottom of the ocean, but whatever.
I understand
But they can be sustainably raised in the ocean. And so oysters, and they're good for you in ways. And they're better than eating a bunch of fucking ahi tuna every day of your fucking life.
I'm not eating fish ever
Not
again.
Not that you're eating ahi tuna every day. Everything in moderation. And there are fishermen that like do the right thing, like salmon fishermen. But again, it's literally so over. You have to.
I told my aunt, I was like, the only way that I'm going to ever eat a fish
or you don't eat
is if I go and I go catch it myself.
Or you go to Sushi Den in fucking Denver only because they get them straight from Japan from like a family source.
That's pretty dope.
Or I don't know if that's actually true. There's a fucking incredible connection, which is why Sushi Den is one of the most prestigious sushi restaurants in Denver or whatever. But
well, that's pretty dope. Apparently. But like, I'm just like, I'm not going to eat fish much, obviously, but like, it just
I still haven't watched it, but
just watch it when you're high. Just watch it when you're high.
I'm pretty fucking informed on all that shit.
I don't think a lot of it's gonna
ready to like.
I don't think a lot of it's gonna surprise you. It's just gonna make you angry all over again. Like, that's all it's gonna do.
I know this.
I applaud this guy because he did he was not afraid to ask the tough questions to these bigwigs, and I thought that was really fucking awesome.
Good. That's more people need to be exposed to this. No matter how uncomfortable it makes you feel,
to the point,
because even if it makes you think about like maybe I should eat something different tonight. Or like, maybe I should look at this label and not support the company that's doing the fucking horrible shit, perpetuating this horrible shit even more.
Right.
And I instead am going to look at the label and take a little extra time and make sure that my food, not only is it being sourced from somewhere that's actually legit or like not doing fucked up shit, but it's going to be better for you that way. It's going to have more nutrition, and it's most likely not, I mean, even like vibrationally and energetically, food has vibration and energy just like every other living thing on this fucking planet. And it even affects that.
Right. And that's what he talks about that too. And I thought it was just a very well-rounded thing where he talks about all of that. Shit. Right. yeah, I'm good. And it was just really great to watch kind of just even like these organizations that I really loved, and I was like gonna like surely like they would know what's going on, and like he would go and interview them, and like these people that he really trusted and like he would get the information from, and they were just like, can you turn that camera off, because they realized what he was doing, and like, I'm really busy and you need to turn that fucking camera off right now.
Yeah.
And it was just,
and it's okay, and it's just hidden.
Yeah so it was just it was sad, but it was good, and it was good, but it was like, so it's just like, I just need to just do my homework better, and that's fine, and you know.
And it sucks that we have to do homework for the fucking food that is sold to us legally.
Correct. That's what's so fucked up about
that.
All of
is
it.
What literally
grinds your gears.
How does that make literal any sense? And how can you trust anything when you can't even trust the food that is put in front of us?
Correct.
You know, not that you can't trust anything, but
it's just tough. Like, you have to. It's
fucking. You gotta do your fucking homework and not just be like,
it's fine.
Oh yeah, they said it's fine. Oh,
natural,
this says it's organic. It
natural
says it's
butter flavors.
It says it's gluten free.
Yeah.
Even though it technically would never be not gluten free in the.
Right. Just turn it over.
Also, labels like, I think I've even talked about this before, but like, vegetarian fed chicken. It's like, are you feeding chickens meat?
Right.
Like, why do you even need to put that?
I have seen that. I was just like, wait a minute. Like, or like, what else are you feeding them?
This sugar is vegan. It's like, it's a fucking plant. I hope it's vegan.
Right. Yeah, I don't understand
could yell about
that
it forever.
I know.
But also, just, vote with your dollars. And do you have to do your research.
Yeah. So.
You have to know what the fucking actual brands that you're buying from are doing.
It's true. That is very true. And I had to be better about that. Yeah.
What?
What?
Don't sponsor us either.
It's fine.
I don't want your child's labor money.
Oh my.
Anyways.
Yeah, it's fine. It's fine.
They don't want my eating either.
They don't either.
And they're not gonna get it. It's fine. Never gonna get it. 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 Whoa, 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 whoa. Oh, you're never gonna get it. My money. All right, should we roll?
We should, because this has gone too long. My bad.
It's fine.
No, you gotta do your thing.
Hey guys.
There it is. How
are you? It's been a great evening. It's been a great morning. It's been a great drive. It's been a great cleaning time. Thanks for listening to the podcast today. We love you. We thank you. If this is your first time listening,
welcome
to the mothership.
That is verbatim correct.
Welcome to the jungle. Ooh. Sorry, I'm feeling American Idol-y.
Yeah, you are. You gotta do
fucking love that show.
You gotta just like put the one earphone off, make it fucking real.
Ooh.
Yeah, there it is.
That's all I got. But anyways, if you feel so inclined and you have been listening to the podcast but haven't rated or reviewed us yet on iTunes, if you feel so inclined, definitely do that for us. It helps us out, helps us reach new people. Thanks for all the new listeners we do have. Thanks for all the support you guys give. Thanks for all our new followers on Instagram.
You're the best.
Thanks for posting about us. Thanks for sharing fucking shit that reminds you of 30-ish. Also, to the couple people that I still need to send stickers to, I'm sending them out. So I'm getting on that this week. So
hell yeah.
Watch out for your stickers, you little clickers.
I like it.
Anyways, thank you, love you, and if you feel free to DM us, tell us what you like about the show, tell us your
thoughts, your
thoughts
wishes,
and
your hopes, your dreams.
If you want us to put your, I don't know where I was going with that. So anyways, we love you, we thank you, and let's fucking roll the dice.
Let's roll the dice.
Troll it.
See some mice.
Let's troll.
Every time. I don't know what my problem is.
Shay just literally threw the dice at my lap.
Right at your lap.
Perfect.
2. Dose. What is that? Crime?
No.
I can only be so lucky. Why
How
can I never remember?
Never know.
God damn it.
We never know.
It is crime.
2 is crime?
It's
Did you
crime.
change it?
No.
Shay changes crime to whatever number she rolls.
It's true. It's not.
6. History.
Paranormal. You always get that.
I've been getting a lot of paranormal activities.
That's because you like it.
But maybe it's because I just need to keep getting some more paranormal shit out to y'all.
I think you do. Just like crime.
Because paranormal is just normal. I don't know. Perfect. Anyways, okay. Good night and good morning.